Why can't he just shut up and sit down? I can tell you, Minister, 90% of the population don't believe in what you're saying. Focus on the issue about cost of living in this country, Mr. Speaker. And let me tell you what cost of living means if the Treasurer does not know. That is the price of goods and services that is affecting every family in this country. And the growth of jobs that you are talking today, nobody sees it. Nobody's feeling it. People have no income. And for me, I don't mind being insulted and intimidated and arrested and all those things, because I'm a public figure. But you can never silence me, Mr. Speaker, as long as I enjoy the mandate of my people. And I will speak for them. Statement is a very good one. Soon we will be all living in paradise. Everything will be okay. So let me say this by...
Honourable member, sorry. Any move to take the note first before you proceed with your debate?
I move that Parliament take note and debate resume, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable member. You may continue.
As I was saying earlier, Mr. Speaker, this is a second statement in less than 2 weeks on an economy by a treasurer in this Parliament. I have been around here for over 20 years and I've never seen this before. Obviously, there are some challenges in our economy, and I think the Treasurer has noted that. But to take things lightly, and Mr. Speaker, speaking about the economic data before us, since the good member for KVN and Treasurer was in opposition, he has been rewriting the numbers to suit his argument for a while. He ignores the numbers that are presented by the official government agencies. Bank of Papua New Guinea, National Statistical Office, all the other agencies, even independent studies. So I don't mind him continuously presenting numbers that suits his argument. That is his business, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I did not interrupt him when he was insulting me. Why can't he just shut up and sit down? Let someone speak.
There's a point of order. What's your point of order, Minister?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My point of order is to the allegation by the Honourable Member that I have not been using data from credible sources, but it's been clear, Mr. Speaker, from delivering nearly 14 statements over 3.5 years that I've always referred to the central bank data, Department of Treasury, the National Statistics Office, and even our multilateral partners. I'm surprised that the Honourable Member suggests that those sources are not credible and that they're not accepted by himself or myself. So I would ask if he could retract that statement for fear that he might be insulting himself. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, I think we must be reading two different reports. I'm reading the same reports and numbers you are presenting are not correct. And I've got a summary of all the numbers here with me. I can give it to you. And you can read it at your leisure when you're having lunch. But Mr. Speaker, let us say that, you have your position and I have mine. But Mr. Speaker, we know that the economy is growing, or the GDP is growing. And that's largely due to the boom in the resource commodity prices that we are enjoying today. It's got nothing to do with the Treasurer's performance. Absolutely nothing. These commodity prices are a reflection of what is happening outside the global economy. Gold, copper, LNG prices are at record levels today. But Mr. Speaker, the growth of GDP does not mean that there is prosperity for everyone in this country. And there is a fact, Mr. Speaker. Instead of focusing on the issues that are before us, the Treasurer comes here and makes a grandiose political statements. But Mr. Speaker, let me say this, forget about insults and everything else, but focus on a few things. And I'll be very constructive. Focus on the issue about cost of living in this country, Mr. Speaker. And let me tell you what cost of living means if the Treasurer does not know. That is the price of goods and services that is affecting every family in this country. And its affordability, Mr. Speaker. If you have not been to the shops lately, please try go shopping once in a while. You will see the real struggles families are going through. The second issue about living standards in this country that you just eloquently presented is about access to infrastructure. And I'm pleased to know that the government is continuing some of the work that we have started on building roads, building ports, building airports. These are things that will improve the living standards of our people. Try and focus on those. And the third issue, Mr. Speaker, is access to reliable, quality health and education. These are challenges that people are facing today. Access to quality health and education. That improves living standards of individuals and families right across the country. And the fourth issue, Mr. Speaker, is about peaceful society. Address law and order. Address law and order which is not getting out of hand in this country. Those are things that will improve living standards of people. When they are living in peace, they're enjoying good health and education. When the prices of goods are down. Those are things that the minister should be focusing on. I can tell you, Minister, 90% of the population don't believe in what you're saying. And the growth of jobs that you are talking today, nobody sees it. Nobody's feeling it. People have no income.